Stu McCall, boots on the ground in the office. Now we're going to talk about the money grabber. How do we adjust sales revenue from one department to the other? And sometimes that becomes necessary. And the most common example is with a quarter panel, where they'll give you maybe 14 hours to do a quarter panel. But of course, it's not all body time because there's a sublet charge that might be involved there to R&I the glass. So you're getting paid way too much, or not way too much, you're getting paid some too much for body labor that actually needs to be allocated against a cost in the form of sublet. This can happen for many different reasons as well, like lock code cylinder, recoding the lock cylinder, where there's just one amount of money thrown at you to do the whole cylinder, but there's a price for the part for the cylinder, and there's labor to recode the cylinder. So there's a couple different things in the body shop, most common being the quarter panel problem. So we're going to look at that right here. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at my F6 closeout screen, of course, from with the RO itself. If I hit F6 for close, I get to the screen right here. We can see right here we have the problem pretty specced out here because we've posted 20 hours of body time, but there's 22 hours of sales. Now, body man's only going to get to 20 hours. The problem is down here with this $85. If I double click on that, I see that there's Star Auto Glass came and they R&I'd the rear glass, and there's an $85 charge there for cost, but there's no revenue over here. So we need to bring some of that body shop revenue down to here and put it in there. Now, some say, oh, I go to the lines of the RO and I'll just move some money around the lines of the RO. But if you print out a copy of the RO, it changes the RO from the original estimate. God forbid you printed out that copy of that RO for a customer. Now he's looking at money for sublet that wasn't on the estimate and different times of the body labor, and everybody's all confused. So you want to keep the RO contiguous while turning your essentially a job costing problem into something that's going on in the back scenes. Let's try it right now. We want some of that money, about $100, to be pulled down to here without changing the actual total of the job. So if I hit money grab right there, it lectures you just like I'm lecturing you right now about G for grab and D for drop. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to arrow up now that the money grabber has been activated, and you can see that that white highlight means it's been activated, and I'm going to hit the letter G on the keyboard. You can't see me hit it, but I'm going to hit the letter G on the keyboard, and it's going to say, okay, how much do you want to grab? And I'm going to grab $100, and then I'm going to move down to the sublet category. I'm pushing the down arrow keys to move down to the sublet category, and then I'm going to D for drop it, just like the instructions said to do. Okay, you're going to drop this money, here you go. And what happens is you see that $100 just showed up there under sublet. Now my job costing for my sublet is balanced out correctly. I have $100 in revenue, $85 in costs. I didn't make any money on, well, 15% on that, but it now balances out. And then the actual, since we lowered the sales for the body labor, the job costing on body has been balanced out as well. So that's called the money grabber. We're in the F6 close screen, and in the F6 close screen we can go in there and change that. And again, the money grabber only works in this screen, and that's what we want, because we don't want to change. We're going to go over and look at the totals of this. We don't want to change the actual total of the job. We don't want to sell $100 of sublet labor. We don't want to change the way that looks from the total perspective. I print out the RO, it's exactly the same. But again, if I go to the F6 close screen, it has changed just this screen. That's all the money grabber does. So it's a nice little tool that helps you keep things in line as far as balancing that. And if you need any support, technical support, my phone number, believe it or not, is right here on the top of the software. You can call me right away, and I'll do my best to answer that phone call and help you out. It's always a pleasure to hear from you. So if you need any help with this or any other subject regarding CC3, you can please feel free to go ahead and call me, and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for using CC3. Cheers.